So I messed up today, and I came to the range today to zero my new LPVO, and I forgot my rifle. So today, we're just gonna go over what's in my range bag. This is the Savior Specialist bag. This is a pretty nice size bag, especially just for pistol shooting, and we're gonna go over what's inside. So in this bag, you have the main pocket, and usually you get 3 pouches from Savior, and this is what your pistol pouches are. So I keep my pouches labeled. They give you these little tags you can write on it with the Sharpie, and I keep my PDP in here, and then my match gun in here. But usually this bag will fit three pouches, so you could technically fit 3 guns. It does get kind of tight in here with 3 guns, considering what else I carry in the bag. So usually in the bag, I keep an ammo pouch. You could also get these Savior bags. I keep my ammo and my speed loader in here. Definitely sucks not having a Uplula, I think it's Uplula speed loader. And in the main pouch, I also keep my Insta360 video. This is like a small carrying case you could buy on Amazon. And all I have in this is just the main camera and a hat clip. That's pretty much all I keep. Usually this camera comes with a lot of other attachments. I like to travel light with this, so I just have these. But I wish really like someone would make a carrying case that's like half the size. That would be nice, because I only need 2 things basically. I keep Ear Pro. These are the new Walker Quad BT. It has Bluetooth, which is cool, so you can listen to music when you shoot. I keep some chalk. There's some chalk I have that's like not all white. It was recommended to me by Reno May. I also keep Ear Pro. This is my Axel in-ear Pro. And then a timer. You always have to have a timer in your bag. So let's move on to the other pockets, and you always got to have your patches and stuff. In the main pouch, and this is mainly a mag pouch, I keep tape. I keep black and brown. It's always good to have in your range bag. And this is your mag caddy. So this you can pull in and out, but basically you slip your mags in and out, and highly recommend you keep your mags loaded before you go to the range, and those just slide in and out. So nothing else really in this pouch. And then on this pouch I always bring a set of clear eye pro, because you never know if you're shooting and it's gonna get dark, or like let's say you go to a night match and usually you rely on sunglasses and it gets dark and you end up not being able to see. So it's always good to keep clear eye pro on you. I also keep a packet of hand warmers. You could get these at like any camping place or Amazon. And this is always good to have, because when you're shooting and it gets cold and your fingers get cold, it sucks to hold the gun. So keeping some hand warmers on you is always a good idea. So I just leave 1 pack of those in my range bag. And then I always have just earplugs, because sometimes, like let's say you go shoot indoor, just over ear, like normal ear pro is like not enough. So I always like to double up. I'll usually do earplugs and over ears, or sometimes if my head gets sweaty, I just want to run earplugs and just be done with it. So that way I don't have to run the earmuffs all day, because sometimes after a while my ears start aching. In this outer pocket I don't really put anything because it's very tight. I think I could throw like maybe chapstick or sunblock in here. And then also I keep a Sharpie. It's always a good idea to bring something to mark your targets. I mean, usually I like to tape it up so I could see my hits, but if you're pressed for time or you don't have pasters, a Sharpie will usually suffice. In this other pocket, so I also have my tape gun, my handy dandy tape gun. If you don't have one of these, it makes your life super easy to tape up cardboard targets. Oh, I also keep these are given to me from my friend David. So these are basically A-size pasters. So if you've been killing that A zone and you don't want to just use a bunch of little pasters to tape it all up and it takes a while, it's always a good idea to have one of these, because then you can just put a fresh sheet on and then you're good to go. So I keep those in this upper pocket. So in this other pocket on the side, this is where I keep a lot of batteries. Always carry extra batteries for your optics. When your optic dies, it does suck. I do carry extra batteries, and at a competition, one of the guys, their optic battery died, and luckily I had one on me. So it's always a good idea to carry different ones, not necessarily just what your optic uses. Like the 1632 is a good one to carry, and also a 20, I think it's a 2025 and a 2032, I want to say. So I try to keep at least one of each, like that way even if I shoot rifle or something, and because you never know what kind of battery is going to be in whatever optic you're using, it's always a good idea to have extra. So I keep all different kinds. I also keep a baggie of tools. So these are all the tools that I've collected from running different optics, like for rifle or pistol. And these are basically to turn the little knobs to zero your stuff, or to tighten the mounting screws, or change the battery. So always keep these on you. It'd suck if like your battery dies and you don't have the tool to take the cover off to change the battery. So keep the tools on you. I always keep an extra like oiling pen. This is from Gun Butter. It's cool, it's compact size. I mean, I like the form factor, so because it doesn't take up a lot of space and it hasn't blown up in my bag yet. And yeah, it's always a good idea to keep gun oil, because if you're not super on top of like cleaning and oiling your guns every time you go to the range, it's a lot of times you might find your gun running dry. So it's a good idea to keep some oil on you. Depending on what gun I'm running, always a good idea to keep spare recoil spring on you for whatever gun you're shooting. That's like one of the most basic parts you could keep for your gun if it's not running right. A lot of malfunctions and stuff could be centered around your recoil spring, like either it wearing out or it's just not right for the ammo. So I always keep a spare recoil spring just in case. I got to change it out, change the weight, whatever. Some ibuprofen. So ibuprofen, never know when you're gonna have a headache. If you have a headache out in the sun or you're shooting and you have a headache, it might suck. Microfiber cleaning cloth. And then I always keep a multi-tool on me. So just any one, Amazon, whatever. It's always a good idea to have, like, there's like Phillips and flatheads in here. So in case, I've had a lot of times where, let's say like a holster, like a screw gets loose, it's always a good idea to just have a multi-tool to be able to tighten it up. And on this pocket, I'm not using it either. I should probably put something in there. So yeah, this is what I keep in my range bag. I really like the Specialist range bag because it's like really sturdy and there's a lot of storage. And also the cool thing about the Ranger Specialist bag is this top part is Velcro. So generally in most cases, your belts are a two-piece belt with an inner and outer belt. Generally the outer belt is the hook side and this is the soft side. So I'll usually just lay this on top to store my belt. This makes it convenient because that way it doesn't roll around. I don't have to roll it up and tuck the belt in anywhere. It just stays locked in on top of the bag. And it's just convenient for transporting my belt. Sums up what I keep in this bag. Let me see, is there anything else about the Savior bag? And the carrying pad is super thick and nice. So when you're carrying it on your shoulder, it's super nice. But usually I just carry the handles. That was a pretty fast finger there. I think you can find these. They're like around the $100 mark. Sometimes they're on sale. And yeah, I like this bag. It definitely does everything I need it to do. Before I had just like I carried a little pistol case, and then I'd have to carry a lot of stuff and just like toss in a bag like this. So this is like my secondary bag, basically, because I do a lot of like all my camera equipment and just extra stuff goes in here. Like I keep extra ear pro in here in case my ear pro dies, or I go shooting with someone and they don't have ear pro. So you don't have to carry a secondary bag. I don't always take this with me, especially if I'm not filming. But yeah, I just have more extra stuff in here. I have like an extra timer, just extra holsters, because you never know who you're shooting with and what they have or don't have. And so I keep an extra bag. So this is what I keep in my bag. If you guys found it helpful, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Now, let's get to shooting.